Welcome to the discussion on why Canadian employers insist on Canadian work experience from immigrants. This intriguing subject has been a hot topic in the job market, making waves across industries. It's not uncommon to hear employers emphasize the importance of Canadian work experience when considering potential candidates. But why is that? Well, it's a multifaceted issue. On one hand, it's about understanding the nuances of the Canadian work culture, the unspoken rules, and the unique dynamics that govern our workplace. On the other hand, it's about the validation of skills and qualifications in a context that's familiar and relatable to Canadian employers. However, there's more to the story behind this requirement. There may lie a myriad of other factors and considerations that we need to explore. It's time to pull back the curtain and take a closer look at what Canadian work experience really means in the eyes of employers and why it's deemed so crucial. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this intriguing topic. Firstly, understanding local work culture is a crucial factor in Canadian employment. Why, you ask? Picture this. You're stepping into a new work environment, filled with its unique set of norms, expectations, and unwritten rules. It's like learning a new language, isn't it? Sure, you can get by with just the basics, but to truly thrive, you need to understand the nuances. Now let's zoom into the Canadian work culture. It's a blend of professionalism, politeness, and a dash of informality. It's about saying sorry when someone else bumps into you, and it's about the casual "how's it going" in the hallway. But it's also about punctuality, respect for diversity, and a strong work ethic. So how does one navigate this blend? Canadian work experience, that's how. It provides you with a first-hand understanding of these cultural nuances. It's not just about doing your job, it's about fitting into the workplace, building relationships, and contributing to the team in a way that aligns with the local work culture. Take teamwork, for instance. In Canada, it's less about hierarchy and more about collaboration. Every voice matters, every opinion counts. Your Canadian work experience helps you understand this dynamic, enabling you to participate effectively in team discussions and decision-making. Or consider feedback. It's often indirect and subtly worded in Canadian workplaces. Without an understanding of this style, you might miss important cues for improvement. But with Canadian work experience, you learn to read between the lines, to understand the underlying message in a "that's an interesting approach" or a "have you considered this?" As you can see, familiarity with the work culture is a key reason employers value Canadian experience. It's not just about the skills you bring to the table, but also about how well you can play the game the Canadian way. Another reason employers value Canadian experience is the demonstration of effective communication skills. So let's dive into this a little deeper. In any work environment, clear and concise communication is key. It is the foundation upon which teams build their strategies, resolve conflicts, and foster innovation. This is particularly true in Canada, where diverse workplaces are the norm. Now imagine being in a team where everyone speaks a language you're not entirely comfortable with. It's like trying to play a symphony with an instrument you've just picked up. Even if you know the notes, the music won't flow as smoothly. This is where the significance of Canadian experience comes in. It's all about demonstrating that you can communicate effectively in English or French, the primary languages of business in Canada. And it's not just about language proficiency. It's about understanding the nuances, the idioms, the cultural references, and the humor that's unique to this part of the world. It's about showing that you can fit into the Canadian workplace culture and contribute effectively to the team. You see, when employers see Canadian experience on your resume, they see a candidate who has already navigated the complexities of the local work culture. They see someone who has likely honed their communication skills to meet the expectations of a Canadian workplace. They see an individual who has probably faced and overcome language or cultural barriers. In essence, they see a safer bet. But it's also important to remember that Canadian experience is not the only way to demonstrate effective communication skills. There are many other ways to showcase your abilities, like language certification tests or relevant international experience. So, Canadian experience can be a proof of language proficiency, another plus point for employers. The validation of skills and qualifications is another reason why employers value Canadian work experience. Let's delve into this a bit more. When we talk about validating skills and qualifications, we're referring to the process of proving or confirming that a certain set of skills or qualifications are indeed accurate and applicable in a particular context. Now imagine being an employer. You have two candidates for a job position. One of them has a resume filled with impressive qualifications and experiences, but they're all from another country. The other candidate has similar qualifications but has gained them from within Canada. Here's where the importance of Canadian work experience comes into play. As an employer, you're familiar with the Canadian work environment, the standards, the best practices, and the common challenges. So when assessing the skills and qualifications of a candidate, you're likely to have a better understanding and a higher level of trust in the abilities of a candidate with Canadian work experience. Why? Because you know that their skills have been tested and proven in a context that you understand and appreciate. In addition to this, Canadian work experience also provides a practical platform for immigrants to apply their skills and qualifications. It's one thing to learn and acquire skills, but it's another to apply them effectively in a real-world scenario. This experience can be an invaluable asset for potential employers, providing them with a clear picture of an immigrant's capabilities. Moreover, having Canadian work experience can also help in bridging the gap between formal qualifications and practical skills. Often employers value practical skills more than formal qualifications, as they are more indicative of the candidate's ability to perform in a given role. So, in a nutshell, Canadian work experience can act as a practical validation of an immigrant's skills and qualifications. It provides a reliable, local frame of reference for employers to assess an immigrant's capabilities, making the hiring decision easier and more informed. Hence, Canadian experience can serve as a validation of your skills in the eyes of potential employers. Now that we understand why employers value Canadian experience, let's discuss how immigrants can overcome this barrier. One of the most effective ways to gain Canadian work experience is through internships. These programs are designed to provide you with practical, hands-on experience in a Canadian workplace. Internships are not only an opportunity to learn about the Canadian work culture, but also a chance to showcase your skills and abilities. Another way to acquire Canadian work experience is through volunteering. Volunteering can be an excellent way to immerse yourself in the community, learn about the local work culture, and gain experience in your field of interest. Plus, it's a great way to make connections and build a network. Networking, in fact, is another crucial aspect of overcoming the Canadian experience barrier. By building relationships with professionals in your industry, you can learn about job opportunities, understand industry trends, and gain insights into the Canadian work culture. Remember, it's not always about what you know, but who you know. Now, while gaining Canadian work experience, it's also vital to demonstrate your transferable skills. These are skills that you've acquired from previous jobs or life experiences that can be applied to a new job in Canada. Transferable skills can include things like leadership, teamwork, problem solving, and communication. Finally, showing a willingness to learn can go a long way in overcoming the Canadian experience barrier. Employers value employees who are open to learning new things, adapting to new situations, and continuously improving their skills and knowledge. With determination and the right approach, the Canadian experience barrier can be overcome. In conclusion, while the emphasis on Canadian experience can be challenging for immigrants, it's not insurmountable. We've explored the depth of this issue, highlighting the importance of understanding the local work culture, the necessity of demonstrating effective communication skills, and the value of having validated skills and qualifications. Remember, the Canadian experience barrier is, in reality, a call for familiarity with the Canadian marketplace and work culture. It's about employers being confident in your ability to fit in seamlessly and contribute effectively. It's not just about where you've worked, but about the transferability and relevance of your skills and your adaptability to the Canadian work environment. While it may seem daunting, with the right approach, you can turn these challenges into opportunities. Be proactive in learning about the local work culture, enhance your communication skills, and make sure your skills and qualifications are recognized. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. See you in the next video.